Test 1 2 3. Test 1 2 3. That works. Tilt, if you wouldn't mind saying something clearly for me.
Hello.
That works. Tilt, if you wouldn't mind saying something clearly
One,
for me.
two.
Ah, you're very quiet. I need to adjust that. I'll just double your volume. That should solve the problem. One more time, mate.
Hello.
One more time, mate.
Hello.
That might work. That might work. Alright, and now I can turn this off so that it stops echoing into my own ears. Right. Fortunately, it does appear to be working. Stream delay of a couple seconds. That's perfectly acceptable. Yes, thank you, Stream Elements. I know I'm doing that. Very helpful. Set one notification there. And then I should probably have some basic music going. Does this thing have native music in the menu? Oh, yes it does. So that at what? Volume up at 30? Is that too loud? Ah, should be fine. No, I'm not starting a new game. We're here for very different reasons today. Right. Alex is first, of course. Not surprising. And now I should be able to close this window because I should not need it anymore. Ugh. Right. Everything is set, I think. I hope so. Oh, that reminds me. Where's Howler? Oh, that's right. He's taking a nap. He should be fine. Right, I've got 15 minutes to just make sure that everything's in good order. And let people file in. And I should probably have this page open as well over here somewhere. Yes, it will be. No, wait, I don't have to do that. I have phone. I can use that instead. Very stupid didn't charge it people. There you go. That'll do. Sure, that's fine. Not scuffed at all. So I can minimize that. So Starsector on this screen, the stream on that, and then my controls over here. I do not have nearly enough water. That's what I need to go and get. Right. I'll be right back. There we go, much better. No, wrong thing. PvP. Right, you able to see everything, Tilt?
Yeah. I see on stream everything. No sound, but I guess it's fine.
No sound.
Oh, I need to mute stream. Yes.
I'll double check my Twitch, see if there's sound.
No, there's sound. I need to mute it.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's fine then. Askuru you too, Zayam. I did just go get water though, so that's probably a good idea. Zaliam. Yes, hi.
It has been stated that, broken down to its barest components, the average adult human body is comprised of water, 35 liters, carbon, 20 kilograms, ammonia, 4 liters, lime, 1.5 kilograms, phosphorus, 800 grams.
Is there a reason for that, Fiorin?
250 grams, saltpeter,
I should probably turn off the TTS for the tournament.
chlorine, 7.5 grams, iron, 5 grams, silicon.
Oh well, I'll let you play with it for now.
It has been stated that
Yes, it is. That doesn't mean you have to do that.
the average adult human body is comprised of water, 35 liters, carbon, 20 kilograms.
I could just
ammonia,
lock it
4
behind
liters,
bits,
lime,
though. That would also
1.5
help.
kilograms, phosphorus.
Ah well, I'm sure it's fine. What game is this? This is Starsector. Yeah, if you got here not knowing what game this is, I have questions. Calculator up for pull scoring if it's necessary. Yeah, you and Ms. Laharl are probably going to be handling that. That's Mouse. Mouse is adorable. That's okay. Kogu Clockwise is a lovely name. Up the rate, I have 44k. Good for you. Really, JRG, you're already helping? I knew I could rely on you. In all senses of the word. Words. Phrase. Whatever. Anyway. I will set up the, well, I'll distribute the... You know what? Nah, I'll just wait to explain this until everybody is actually here that is going to be here. I don't know how many that's going to be. Usual tournament numbers are like 60 to 80, but this is just a scuffed thing I set up, so I'm not sure what to expect. Was there a ping? Was there a ping? I put it in tournament news. Do I need to do more than that, maybe?
You probably should pin roll tournament watchers.
Oh, I should ping tournament watcher, shouldn't I? That'd be a good idea. Ping. I'm not gonna ping everyone.
That would all be funny. But
Ping all. I'm not pinging all. I'll ping tournament watcher. HSS Shogun. Yeah, so, I mean, those of you who entered the tournament are probably familiar with it, but these are just the collections of all the STS and II ships that JRG so kindly set up for everyone to screw with. Nia versus DR, this is a fight to see. Nia might win just by virtue of having made more ships, apparently, considering the DP differential there. If I were to run that. Although in fairness, I think that's only because Nia has 2 more bounties and it's otherwise equal. Oh yes, the ping got attention from people. You're right, I should have done that. That's okay. We learn. Well, other people learn. I don't really. Pretty sure I've made the same mistake several times. This is starting at 3:45. It's starting in 7 minutes. Screw you. Six minutes. Tomato... Oh. I think I remember that username. So unless my memory is completely shot, Derpy Dragonosaurus is Miss Laharl, who will be calling bingo for us this evening. Let's hear sleep post memes. Hey Vera, how you doing? Fine, more chug. But yes, Miss Laharl is lovely. She's doing bingo. Where's the bingo sheet? I'm going to link that once people are more or less filed in. Unless you can, like, stick a permanent link somewhere. The bingo sheet appears to be free to edit by anyone, so we're going to have to slightly honor rule people not screwing with it. But here's the link, I believe. And so everyone who is interested in bingo, just sign your name, pick some cards. Miss Laharl will handle everything else. I did have to remove the 4 bingo elements that aren't really relevant to this tournament, but they were replaced by 4 other things, so it should all still be pretty equal. You can vandalize it after the stream all you'd like. I saved a backup. I mean, you probably shouldn't because it's Orcas, and Orca might take offense. Okay, listen, we're not using the channel points for these purposes right now, okay? This is because the people who usually watch me are antagonistic with each other and me. So I put that in for them. But today, we're running a tournament. Good for you, Metal. Well, it's a lovely color, Grievous. I don't know what to tell you. It is a good color. Anyone have 5k? Please behave. Hi, Naka. You're just gonna have to make me get water again faster, you know. Well, that's sweet of you, Vera. Is the Harl's Twitch secretly Fight Club? No. Insult Club would be closer to the truth. Distorted Starsector music every stream. Is it distorted? Do I need to fix it?
Distorted sound is a Twitch bug. Sometimes happens, you can't fix it. It's not on your side. It's
Oh, well.
on watcher side.
I'll try to keep aware of that nonetheless.
You can
How does
try
Twitch work?
updates.
Nobody understands how Twitch works except that it's awful.
Yeah. I can try updating stream page.
Well, thank you, Vera. Why 83 specifically?
Help.
Alright, we're just about to start. Is pretty much everyone filed in? Let me check the bingo, see how many people are registered for that out of curiosity. I have 83 bits and I have no idea what they are. They're pennies is what they are. Thank you for the pennies. Thank you for describing your breakfast for me, dear. Alright. Does anyone need the bingo link again? We're gonna be starting here soon, I think. I mean, I don't mind if you continue to sign up for bingo as we go, to be clear. Not a problem. Bits are waiting for Twitchy to cut on donations. That's true. And Streamlabs has helpfully, just now, posted the solution to that. I can either stay and watch the stream or disappoint my personal trainer. Don't you mean I can stay and watch the stream and disappoint my personal trainer? What are you training? Yes, thank you, Mouse. Well, it is 2 o'clock, so I should probably start letting people murder each other. Having said that, there is a little bit of house cleaning to get out of the way. Mainly just acknowledging how this happened. And when I say how this happened, I mean, let me start this by praising JRG for probably doing more work on this tournament than I did, because this would not have happened nearly as well or smoothly if not for him. So, massive props to JRG for just being wonderful in general. Also, of course, thanks to my dear fiance for doing bingo, to Orica for giving me the bingo. Thank you to Tilt for showing up as a co-host when Surge disappeared.
Oh. Hello, everyone.
And to Dark Revenant for being helpful, if salty, about everything, which didn't help that me doing this exposed a bug in his code. I'm sure that was not a happy day for him. Oh yes, and thanks to Ruben for some screwing with AI battles to make things a little smoother. Listen, it's okay if you're mildly dyslexic. It's everybody's gonna be screaming when a bingo thing goes off, so unless you're blind, you'll be fine. Dira's going to kill me, help. No. I know what the Cursed Caesar loadout is. I know who he's going to kill. Good luck seducing a mouse with your Russian accent. Okay, there are 2 other things. as you may have noticed in the rules, a third of a fleet's score is decided by audience vote 1 through 10 on how entertaining they were. JRG and Miss Laharl will be helping to gather up those scores and get an average so that we know how entertaining they were. If anyone achieves a perfect 10, that's an achievement that you get to feel smug about. One of the other achievements is make the most cursed loadout. These will probably be mutually exclusive. The only other thing is that I've set up a betting bot. Everybody's going to be given 100 lobsters each round, and they can bet those lobsters on whichever fleet they think is going to win. How do you rate the fleets? By posting the numbers in chat, because I went through 4 different bots and I think 2 different websites trying to come up with a decent method, and I gave up. Unfortunately. Which reminds me, JRG, I am going to be having Ms. Laharl try to help you keep up with the scores. So just ask her if you lose track. Why did you do that, Vera? Can't bet channel points? Oh, I'm not using channel points. I'm using lobsters. I know, GR. It was so stupid. I could find plenty of poll bots and poll functions, but not something that would let you rate on a 1 to 10 basis. So, yeah. That in mind, I have all these Twitch things and I never use them. Well, thank you. Right. Everyone gets 100 lobsters. Now then, we're actually going to start, yes? Clearly distinct from mini pizzas. Very distinct. You wouldn't confuse the two. Now I have 2 icons. Okay, so you already know this, but we're going to go over our first matchup. We're going to look at them, and we're going to bet on them. So let me just... Actually, can I start this now? Yes. So there's the betting context for what you need. You'll bet on either the Imperium or the Sailor fleet. And here they are. Nope. Give me... There we go. First off, we have Lightforger's Disfavored versus Starsector's India Moon. Now, Disfavored, we have Caesars with Onagers, Ion Beams, and Tellums. Along with... I think the idea is just to be really long range.
We're gonna see a lot of weapon inhibitors, I guess.
The weapon inhibitor is... I'm curious to see how well this will work.
It's very broken. I'm gonna heavily reward this thing. It's still good.
So these two are identical. They're named Moo Buddy and Tyriakus, both Oathbound. The rest of these are Justitia's Gift frigates. And they are all Maximuses with Antimatter Blasters, the Patella Breaker, and then unused hardpoints, which hurts my soul. Armor packages, these. Turn tilt up. Can you turn your microphone sensitivity up, perhaps, Tilt? I think I've turned you up about as loud as I can.
We can try.
Several Maximuses, then we have Interexes with Reapers, Natch, Sabos, and Sutums in converted hangars, strangely enough. And then a few more Maximuses. This is going up against Starsector's India Moon, which consists of a gown with 2 Ruffle Diffusion Cannons, Locust, and we can see here Tachyon Lances on the sides. It also comes with a Particle Accelerator. The bet goes after the faction. It's okay, Vera, they'll figure it out. It is joined by a bunch of Hems wielding Ion Cannons and Tier Hyperpulses. And then some Tresses, which we're gonna see a lot of these. Which are running Salamanders and just a bunch of fighters. I'm betting Imperium out of fear for my life. Good luck to both of our gladiators today. The first one now begins. It looks like the bets are in Sailor's favor, but more remain to be seen.
I missed whole thing, okay. I hope it's supposed to be louder now.
I'm curious to see how well these Maximuses will do. Phase is always tricky to make work. Well, in the initial engagement, they've certainly dodged most of the fire, but I'm not sure how much they've achieved. They did make Sailor bomb themselves, so that's pretty funny, though. Ooh, and that's a hem down to a couple of Reapers from an Inter-X. Getting a little laggy from all the bombs and missiles, but that's okay. Didn't get any lobsters. You came in a bit late, don't worry. I had lobsters every round. Maximus is doing a good job surviving here despite being in the Gown's weapon range. It looks like the frigates on the Sailor side are being held off relatively competently, so it's going to depend on whether these two Caesars can take out this Gown without any real opposition. The frigates are all holding back, and well, the carriers are back here, so the Gown kinda has to hold off these Caesars by itself. Not to mention Reapers coming in from that Inter-X. Doesn't look like the Gown's handling the task very well. The Caesars are both doing fine on Flux, and the Gown is distracted with the Inter-X, which is not the greatest thing.
Frigates, they don't participate a lot.
Ooh. That Inter-X is still alive despite being covered in particle effects. Although maybe not for much longer. These Caesars are made to deal with Gown? They certainly are. An Inter-X does go down though, so it's not a shame. These Maximuses are surviving more than I really thought they would, if I'm being honest. Ooh, that was a crochet more to the Gown. Now, however, the rest of the Sailor fleet is starting to cover for the Gown. Which might be what they need. Onager is very good against CS? Hopefully that's true. Certainly they'll need it. Another hem goes down. The bets are split evenly, wow. Well, it would be good for that Gown to pick off the little Inter-X here, but I wonder if it's going to end up just getting targeted by the Caesars in the process of trying to do so. Another hem somewhere goes down, which I assume is the fault of the Maximi. Yeah, it seems to be. They've got an Inter-X for some support, but the Maximuses are apparently well built. Fun day Sunday? Yes. Oh, this Caesar's in a bit of trouble. His friend needs to help him out a little bit more than he currently is. A lot more than he currently is. Significantly more, in fact. If the Gown's able to take out a Caesar, this might be Sailor's victory. And that's certainly what it's currently doing, somehow. I mean, yes, taking out the rest of the Sailor fleet would be helpful, but it would really be better for you to help your friend. Well, Maximus is trying to help out. That's something, I guess. Plus, these Inter-X's with their Sudums could do a decent job of defending this Caesar. Depends on how quickly these Tresses get taken out, I guess. Not very quickly by the looks of it. I'm a fan of ion beams, but you do need a little more eventually. Having said that, the Gown is overfluxed and took a Crochet hit. That side of it is about to pop off. Oh, and a Maximus just came over and disabled the other side. Nice. Yep. This might be an Imperium win. Despite pretty heavy fighter pressure from the Sailor side.
Gon goes too far and dies. Over moment pause.
Maximus slices in to just about assassinate that Tress. Tilt is so quiet.
I'm trying to make myself a bit louder.
I think they might be referencing just that you don't talk much.
Maybe.
That's okay. Turn him up on Discord? I did!
Sort of.
He is also quiet sounding though. In my ear holes, he's roughly equal to the other sound, so I'm not sure why the stream isn't bringing that across. I will try to fix that once this match is over. Well, the gown is still alive. Temporarily. Ow, why'd you... why'd you drop your shield for that?
Go and take necessary shots. Control.
You let tilt in your ear holes, lewd. You're... JRG, please.
Stop it. Mouse, stop it.
That's pretty normal for this. For anything I do, anyway. Well, despite several of them being beat up, none of the Tresses have actually been killed. JRG can do loot where no one looted before? Yes, and he has. Russian sounds super pretty? It does.
Yeah, but I don't talk on Russian right now. That's the problem.
Yes, but a Russian accent counts.
I guess.
The Maximi are going down now. I guess they're being a little over-aggressive? It's surprising that this isn't quite decided yet.
One house dead, so...
Both sides are continuing to take losses that they really don't need to be taking. Was that just blue on blue? Was it? If it was, I didn't notice. Somebody watch the tape back. I swear I saw Tellum Fire hit the Maximus. STS will win? Really? I mean, both sides could still win it at this point, but I wouldn't think it's that clear. That's Caesar... Never mind. You might be right. Having said that, STS has lost a significant number of ships, and this Caesar is in fine shape. Confirm on the blue and blue? I don't believe so. Intrex randomly fired a Reaper into a Caesar.
STS lost mostly frigates with missiles, so...
I forgot about how the sheer impact those Tachyon Lances could have. That's... No, we might have an STS win here. Anti-Gown Caesars still lose. They could have won. This was pretty close. My lobsters. Alright. Now then. The art... let's see. I have to depict the winner, which was, in this case, Salar. And then I need to get the contest ready again. Were there any bingos? Let's call blue on blue because we had a couple different calls for that. Sure. And then, now, 1 to 10, what was the entertainment value of these two fleets? I have a single lobster. Good for you. Look, we'll specify which fleet you're voting for, mate. Please. Seven for Maximus and spinning the gown. That's a good trick. 4 STS, 6 for Imperium. II 7, Sailor 7. Looking at around a score of 7 for II. Because the chest is just kind of sat there. That's true. Alright. More lobsters have been distributed. And while JRG works on that, move on. Our next contest is Archangel Mark with Who Needs Hull Caps. Gee, I wonder what the strategy was here. And Alien Space Kappa with Anti-Spam at Home. So I'd say these fleets are made for each other, more or less. Is this what I think it is? Is this the repeating? Gonna need more anti-spam for this one? Let's find out. So Archangels, Who Needs Hull Caps? We've got Interexes with Needlers, Lightning Guns, Ion Pulsars, and Reapers. Oh yes. Let me start the bet for this one. And let me increase the time limit so that people can bet throughout the thing. There we go. Bet's open. Targeting package ITU expanded max particle accelerator. We're gonna have fun with this. He has several of these Interexes and then Praetorians with assault chain guns, heavy needlers, and more Reapers, and not safety overrides, by the way. Is Vanilla Patch active? Yes. Or at least it should be, and if it's not, then the game's not doing what I want. URW not active. It is not active. Then we have Decurions with ion beams and heavy needlers. Targeting package. Go look at heavy needlers. This thing. They're 750 range than it is. I'm quite certain that I have the vanilla. Maybe I have a slightly outdated vanilla patch. Not the latest. Okay. Shall I fix that really quickly then? Were recently nerfed in the vanilla patch? Eh, you know what? I'm not sure how much I care about that. The last thing are Basiliuses with tons of sables and harpoons, and torpedo spec, which
huge buff to missiles, but reduce.
It reduces their maneuverability, but it buffs them in most other ways. So that will be interesting. This pile of ships is up against Anti-Spam at Home, which consists of these two corsets, fitted out with hypervelocities, typhoons, and ruffles. The names on these, by the way: front towards enemy, do not use indoors, ballista banisher, and lynx limiter. These have stichettes and sabots. We have some Brim classes here with pretty conservative fits, all things considered, I'd say. Called the I'm not creative enough to name these exceedingly generic ships, in turn. The Flamen Fumigator, the Ixon Interdictor, and the Reaper Repeller. And oh boy, will we need Reaper repellent. Doesn't have enough BD, I think. Bot doesn't let me change my bet. Well, then you should have waited for me to explain both fleets. Faster PD? Yes. So we have what appears like it's clearly an anti-spam fleet up against so much spam. And so we're going to see if the anti-spam was competently put together enough, aren't we? Yes. Right. Good luck to Archangel and Aligned Space Kappa. Okay. Game crashed. What? Any fleet discs yet? I forgot to check those. But the game crashed, so pardon me while I figure out why it did that. My lobsters. The lobsters are there. Post the log in the Discord. Hold on. I need to find the stupid thing first. See if I can figure out what broke. Wouldn't be a tournament stream if something didn't break. Huh? You know what? I don't understand that log. Okay, post it in the Discord it is.
Oh. Somebody misspelled that personality.
Okay, that's fine. I can just go in and correct that. Let me go and look at them. Let's see, that was players 4 and 9. So, let's see, those are all just reckless. Steady, steady, steady. Is that how cautious is spelled? I think it's how cautious is spelled. That's it. That should be how cautious is spelled. The II player misspelled a personality? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong fleet. Idiot. No, I don't want to scan that with Windows Defender. That's not what I meant to click. Hold on, hold on. It's in here somewhere. Here we go. 5 and 18, so fleets 5. Oh. Yes, okay, aggressive was spelled with one S. Hold on, fixing. There we go. There we go. Everything's fine. Now. Everything's fine now. We can consider them shamed. Alright, game is starting back up. We shall dock them. Burn the witch. Well, apparently it was Archangel, so Don't give them lobsters. I don't know if Archangel's even here. Not aggressive enough. Yeah, clearly that's the problem. Anyway, you're right. I need to be reading fleet descriptions. Did we have descriptions for what just happened? Okay, let me check real quick to see. Make them use recycled toilet paper? Nia. Needlessly cruel, Nia. Okay, so. This is a bit late, but the fleet description for the Sailor fleet that we did see was... Thus I invoke the terrible and invisible god who dwellest in the void palace of spirit. That was for this. I don't know why, but there you go. And then Lightforger, do we have a description for Lightforger's thing? I don't think so. No? Okay. Moving on. Now I don't believe I have a description for Arc either. I could be wrong. Let me double check that because I need this open over here. There we go. Fleets 5 and 18. Do I have any matches? I do actually. So we have a description for the anti-spam fleet here. Description for both mine, yes. So here's the description for anti-spam at home. I heard that Laharl is relaxing the anti-spam rules for the next PvP tournament. Cage matches? Whatever it's called in this purgatory that is just before 0.95. What are we going to do against the inevitable frigate fighter missile spam? Don't worry, we have anti-spam at home. That's the description. Now... It didn't crash this time! Yay! Everybody's lobsters should still be in. I'm sure nothing else will go wrong. That is a lot of frigates. I think the best way they could deal with this is just by staying together. Because if they get isolated, they're going to be eaten. Is that a wide fleet? I believe that is the widest possible fleet. What a novel and never before seen idea. Still hate Imperium after the last tourney. Wide fleet bingo? Yes. I don't think it gets wider. Mind you, a Decurion is already dead, but so is a Frill. And a trade of Frigate for Destroyer is not a trade that Sailor wants to make here. That is a lot of Reapers. Sailor is completely screwed. I'm inclined to agree. Basilius down, but so is the Brim. So is what killed that? I didn't even see what killed it. Oh, some harpoons. Okay. You could bring out all the kites. Is Tilt still alive? Is Tilt still alive? Tilt?
I don't hear you on Discord, by the way.
Tilt is still alive, apparently.
Oh, I'm
I do need to try and adjust his volume up. Tilt's lying drunk under the table.
Yeah. Okay.
You okay, mate?
Yeah, I'm okay. Okay.
Okay.
This time, it's a lot more aggressive.
Well, unfortunately, this is very much a Sailor Lost.
Yeah.
I mean, they're trying.
They're trying very bad.
And indeed, a Praetorian down. But, not enough. And this isn't even safety overrided. This is just, there's that many frigates.
It's just all the rippers.
Anti-spam rules.
Doesn't really work, I guess.
Praetorian down, rock and stone. Well, that's anti-spam at home, alright. This poor Brim is still trying. Everyone expected Reaper Rexes. I'm just betting based on player name. Well. Three frigates. Don't balance for tourneys. Tourneys are very different sort of things, so I don't think that's a bad thing. Because they won my Cotter Cage match with a mixed fleet. Yeah, they went for it here. Okay, how do I make tilt louder?
Good question. Because I don't think I have ways to make me louder, except actually talking louder.
Let's see. Give Imperium a 1 and STS a 7 because screw spam. That's what I expected. I won STS 7. I was entertained. Excellent. Right, so I've turned you up. Oh, maybe I can just manually adjust Discord up. I mean, that's gonna make it loud in my ears, but it's fine, I'm sure. Slightly loud. Ow. Okay. Okay. Tilt, do some talking for me.
Hello.
Ooh. Try again?
It's still not loud, I guess.
No, that was very loud.
On stream, it's still extremely quiet.
Well, nuts. Tilt is basically inaudible. Yeah, I'm gathering. Quieter on stream now?
Yeah, I'm quieter on stream.
How? I do not understand how I raised the volume of everything and he got quieter. Okay, you know what? Maybe I can fix this. Try again, mate.
Hello.
Turn Discord down, maybe it'll get louder. Maybe.
I was like, a bit louder on stream, I guess.
Slightly better, still hard to hear? Okay. Let me see if I can pull a source directly from Discord. Sounds fine to you? Hey, Cart. Imperium won by a greater margin. The Emperor protects. Now, if only he'd talk once in a while. Oh, be nice. Maybe a window capture. No, that's not going to do what I want. That's audio input. That's audio output. Recording the fleet and audience scores in the Google Sheet. Thank you, JRG. Who got... Well, we'll find out, won't we? Alright. I've done what I can to make him louder. Hopefully this has an effect.
Yeah, I hope it's gonna help.
Okay.
Probably should talk a bit louder than I talk right now.
Don't worry
Okay,
about it.
let's proceed.
The next one we have up is Star Asps, Spike Team Texas versus Pure Tilts. Make it stop.
My incredible, amazing fleet.
Absolutely it is. Now, Spike Team Texas
100% objective.
consists of these two Dominuses, with Flammans, Ion Cannons, pretty balanced build overall. Although it has been put up with Disable Engage, so the Flammans are going to be bound to Escort. Then we have Interexes that are Needlers, Pulsars, Sabos, and Harpoons. And a Heavy Pulsar, nice.
Not Reapers this time.
Not Reapers this time, no. And Basiliuses with Fundes and Ballistas, as opposed to more Harpoons and Sabos. And then a couple of truly nasty looking Ardeas, Ballistas, Ion Beams, and Carnifexes. This is being put up against... Oh, and I should start the bet, shouldn't I? Boop. The only bias Tilt has is towards mice. Make it stop consists of this filament with some lovely tachyon lances.
Yeah, ships have great names also.
Make Laidlaw 1200 speed. Make it into build-in. We have it be a fair fast.
Yeah,
chase.
Some names a bit long.
I like the Heavy Needler Plasma Cannon Hanakaze here. How do I get lobsters? I'm sorry, you're right. I forgot to add lobsters. Have some more lobsters. Anyway, then we got tresses with cords and harpoons. And that makes me itch a little bit, but that's fine. And then a pair of frills, one called them and one called cat girls. Oh, and a tress named Dr. Tech Priest, lovely. Emergency venting system, I haven't seen this used much so far. That'll hopefully be cool.
I made a slate because I wanted to use EOS.
Vic slot, can you make? It would be cool. What if? What about?
All the pain.
So, I'd say a pretty interesting STS fit altogether. Spike Team Texas also seems pretty balanced. I think we're going to see a relatively even fight, but I'm not sure who's going to win. According to the bets, Sailor, but we'll see.
Jerry, I'm gonna kill you one day.
Shy Soldier Fleet. Alright. I feel like Starsector is quieter now, but that's fine. 2 capitals versus 1. Granted. Can't hear anything on Starsector? Okay. 1 second. I think I know how to fix that. That might be too much. A little less. Slightly too loud. That's more normal. Imagine betting on Sailor and not the boys in gold. Is Laharl not saying the S? Laharl is speaking normally. Well, that Brim made a poor choice.
Now Brim gonna survive for long though.
Starsector is muted? It's very loud in my ear. Why is it muted? It's not muted?
It's fine on Steam.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. Fine for me. Okay, half of people can't hear it, half of people can. Do you have an auto sound duck? What the nuts is an auto sound duck? I'm going to assume you're asking if I have any kind of a professional audio setup. The answer is no. Why is the screen... Okay. Very quiet. Quiets everything while you speak? Our stream volumes are set for his voice, leaving everything else nearly inaudible. Okay, let me lower my voice. How's this? Make yourself quieter. I have halved the volume of me. Should be better? Okay. Now you're a soft, tantalizing whisper. Can make yourself a bit louder? Bit louder it is. Clicky noises for comparison. I promise that for the next tournament I'll have some sort of slightly professional audio setup, because this is embarrassing. Can you up global volume? Sure? That'll do? Okay.
Yeah, I'm still there.
Okay. Can I start the explosions now? Are we good? Perfect. Tilt is intelligible now? Lovely.
Okay, the ship's not reckless as I expected them to be.
There goes a brim.
Maybe this fleet is completely failure.
These Dominuses are more aggressive than I was expecting. And there's a brim all the way over here somehow. I mean, it's pulling off a fairly effective flank. Certainly that Intrex is having a lot of trouble. It has caught the attention of a Dominus, though.
I'm gonna help Filament not die.
A brim and an Intrex. That brim died, this Intrex died, okay. It looks like Imperium has a pretty impenetrable pair of capitals here so far. Those bombs nearly snuck in behind that shield, that was close.
This fleet just doesn't go in range.
The Hanakaze is doing a good job over here, that's another Intrex down. Looks like that Basilius is about to go down. Yeah, I would not call this a called fight yet. Imperium has significantly fewer ships. And while the Sailor side has taken some losses, it has not been devastating losses yet. This is why I didn't submit a fleet. I can't trust myself. That is another frill down. The Hanakaze is going after this Basilius and is probably going to kill it. Carnifex bombers plink harmlessly off of the shield. This Basilius is... I was about to say still not dead. It's dead. Hanakaze is over here. Wow, the battle line is actually quite long now, isn't it? This is somewhat to Sailor's advantage right now.
Hanakaze stretch for battlefield.
Could be a turnaround, could be. The Hanakaze up here can easily tear through those frigates, and then if the Ardeas are exposed, that'll be it for them. That'll leave it up to the Dominuses, who I don't think can take on that many ships by themselves. That Basilius is blatantly out of position. As is that Intrex. Ooh, Salamanders. That is going to be a problem for you. Flamed out. Not good for him. Dominuses are fine so far, though. Can burst down the smaller ships easily? They could. But right now, all of their escorts are spread out and slowly getting murdered. Like that one. Although a brim also goes down. Thank you, DR. Chug Aqua, yes. You too, Naka. Now this I'd say might be a mistake. I would think the Filament would want to wait for its friends. Once the Dominus lose armor, the Ruffles are going to kill it fast? Most likely. I love that sound effect. The Ardeas still have not been pressured into a kill yet. Both Dominuses can focus on the Filament. Yeah, the Filament's getting away with quite a lot. In fact, it's starting to do damage to this Dominus. Two Brims have been taken out, though. Which I assume is what this Dominus is doing. Yes. Oh, and the Hanakaze's been surrounded. No, this might be Imperium after all. Do not encourage them, dear. That is such a pretty effect. It was always Imperium, the boys in gold. These stresses are still here, though, and the Dominus is taking damage. There's a chance for the filament to kill it. Although with Carnifex bombers coming in, that might be the end of things.
Filament quite low, he's going to die right now.
Ouch. Yep,
Yeah,
probably an
it's
Imperium victory. That leaves the Hanakaze primarily, I believe. What a surprise! I'd say it's some of a surprise. That was unusually close for a while there.
ELS helped not ships to not die, but they didn't do much.
An Intrex somewhere has died for some reason. Maybe in the process of trying to take out the tresses. I like how both of the mod authors involved were basically telling me the entire time that the other one is going to dominate. I'm surprised that none of them are trying to engage the Hanakaze more closely. I mean, there's a chest back here, I guess. Is there anything else going on? Oh, there's a chest back here. Okay, so they're just being distracted by carriers that are managing to survive. I would say. There goes the Hanakaze. STS got too spread out. For a while, that was to their advantage. But they weren't able to kill all the frigates and destroyers up here quickly enough. Well then. And that's the contest. Let's see. It was Imperium? It was Imperium. And this time I'll remember to add more lobsters. Copy the contest in. Get it set for next time.
I forgot to read descriptions.
Lower the duration. Ah, you're right. Man, it would be nice if I could keep track of things. People like lobbing their lobsters. That's the point. Alright. Were there any bingos? Didn't notice any. I don't think so. Let's see. That was Fleet 6 and Fleet 98511, I believe. The fleet description for the Sailor fleet just there, I believe, was... Do you want to read your description, or shall I?
You read it.
It's burning. I feel it. Help us. Pain. Everywhere. All is lost. Our souls is burning. What we are. Free us. Stop it. Please stop it.
Basically, it describes combat.
And then Spike Team Texas has a description? If there's a bingo for fighter spam, here it comes. Maybe. Ah, here it was. The description for Spike Team Texas is 2 words. Don't mess. Which, being a Texan, I am forced to approve of. Our next thank you, Metal. Our next battle is Alien Space Kappa's incredibly unsubtle reference versus Metal Slug's Your Anti-Spam Rules Are Crap. Thank you for that.
It's a lot of fighters.
So, incredibly unsubtle reference has a matriarch fitted out with flamens and draconariuses. Tons of ballistas, I approve. A Basileus with ballistas. A nicely fitted out dictator. An Adamus, which I'm not actually super familiar with. And then 4 lynxes with pulsars, typhoons, and heavy pulse lasers. The names are Apophis, Amunet, Anubis, Amun-Ra, Rocinante, Leonidas, Waique, and Donager. And this time let me check if I have a description ahead of time. Phase Imperium? Yes, Phase Imperium. Should be interesting, I think. Yes, here we have a description. Phase AI has no right to be this jank, and I only use that particular objective because you can somehow make it work. 0.95 can't come soon enough. Meanwhile, we have Your Anti-Spam Rules Are Crap. Which, I know why this is here, and I accept that. It consists of 2 filaments, fitted out with cords and threads and stitch beam lances, and needlers no less, and a series of strands fitted out with garter heavy bombers and stalking bombers and pylons, because there weren't going to be enough things flying through the air, and tresses fitted with threads and more pylons.
Enough relays.
So, Salar has a single strategy. And this is going to depend on how well the Imperium counters that, if at all.
And phase ships not very familiar.
Alright.
Most with their anti-spam capabilities.
Let's do this. Now, if anything's going to kill Salar, it's the fact they don't have a whole lot of direct combat power. What's the package on the Lynx's? Armor, I believe. I love the design of the Lynxes, personally. Such an asymmetric fight. Lynx low-key might be a... The Lynx just zapped a whole fleet of fighters. How did it do that? What's it doing? I mean, they're certainly in danger, but that's impressive looking. Armor package shockbuster. I thought this Lynx was dead. It just keeps zapping things. Okay, well, Salar's fighters are not currently in the game. This is a chance to get some kills. That armor package just became one of the best PD systems. It's bloody impressive to look at, I'll tell you what. Lynx coming in and zapping all the friendly fighters off so that Imperium's fighters can eat the filament. Goodbye, fighter replacement rate. It's working! I had no idea the Lynx could do something like that.
Phase ships completely countered.
normally phase ships versus carriers is, you know, the carriers won, but a phase ship that's capable of just zapping fighters out of existence. That is
Just
cool,
fighters,
man.
not themselves.
I mean, the Lynxes are taking a lot of damage for their trouble. Don't get me wrong. They're one or two of them's gonna. Yeah, there's one. They need to get bigger pressure on these filaments and get them killed.
Yeah, being salty in chat again.
That's okay. Salt is a requisite part of tournaments.
Hey, it's how
Oh.
balance made.
That might take Laharl's favorite. Look at them go. I mean, they're still getting killed by the filament's weapons. Ow, there goes another one. And with every Lynx that dies, that's a lot less, you know, anti-fighter zap that can go on. Sadly. Oh, and the Adamus goes down. That's not good. I don't know that the Adamus did very much compared to the Lynxes. Now, Imperium might lose this after all. They weren't able to secure kills while the skies were clear. Mind you, the fighter replacement rates are awful on all of Scalar's carriers right now. Bring the Lynxes back. I want more Zappy. I do too. How come the filament's replacement rate is still 70? Right now they're 50 and 60 respectively. Probably a shame. I hope not. They have a built-in that makes it better. They do. Imperium needed direct firepower. The Matriarch was certainly helpful. They were able to get some good damage eaten in, but I wonder if another capital would have been more appropriate. I won this. I don't care. That filament is being really pushy. It might die. Caesar could do the same trick as the Lynx while having a shield to eat. Ooh. Impressed by this game's graphics. I mean, it is pretty beautiful for what it is. That's a heavy cruiser being passive. Why? The Dictator's held back this entire time. I'm not sure why. One last fuck you from the Lynx before it dies. Just eating those replacement rates, but even at this point, I think Sailor would win just off of direct weaponry. No, what's gonna happen, JRG, is that I'm gonna make an STS mining pod.
Despite completely countering fighters, Imperium still lost.
That was bloody impressive, and it came so close to working. But,
It's still not enough today.
that hurts to see. Oh. Those Lynxes, though. That might be my favorite thing that's happened in the entire fleet. Oh. Toho names. Yokai need to die, Danmaku's power, Izimoto's lame, Of a kind is taboo, Ball of Darkness, Sparrow, Big Fairy, Bug, and Idiot. Whew. Well, thank you for the Toho names, at least. Unfortunately, that is a Sailor win, but came a lot closer than I thought. Get your entertainment votes in, of course. Mountain of Faith, best game, fight me. Mountain of Faith's pretty good. Were there any bingos? I didn't notice any. Did the one side lose anything? No. Four for abusing the rules. Isn't that a bingo, not losing a ship? It might be. I don't remember off the top of my head, and I have too much to do to go to look at it real quick. II is my fleet STS-8. Zero is not a valid operator. Okay. Anyway, moving on. What we have next is Pure Tilt's other fleet, the Keck Bringers.
Yeah. Incredible. Another my incredible fleet.
A deeply incredible fleet, yes.
Yes. They're also gonna die horrifically.
We don't know.
I'm pretty sure.
This will be stupid.
Yes,
Olympus,
it's
no
going to be
Olympus.
very stupid.
That's fine, dear. Don't worry about it. If a bingo happens while you're gone, I'll let you know. So, on the Keck... Wow. Railgun Dictator, eh? Oh, we got some backup Solus cannons as well. This is interesting. Light Forger under DP. That's because of safety overrides, if I remember correctly. No, Light Forger's fine. This is kind of neat. I want to see how well this works. And weapon inhibitor to try and keep it working, huh? Okay. On the Ixons, we've got Ballistas, the Armageddon launcher with torpedo spec. Nice. No missiles on the Dictator, shameful. And on the
Without
Legionaries, we've got Tillums, railguns, and harpoons with particle accelerator, and of course the usual targeting packages. On the Basiliuses, we have Sabos and harpoons with torpedo spec again. 0.7 efficiency, the Dreadnoughts.
Oh, yeah. Namens of Imperial Fleet is all basic stuff. We couldn't add it right now.
Boss mode, murder culinary 1 month, gotcha sector, TP wall phased, 1k DPS, 2k base dis. And I have funny idea, but I can get bonked for that. Alright.
Descriptions.
And then, yes, descriptions as well. Let me take a quick look at Phasic Raiders, though. Light Forgers, Phasic Raiders. Starts with a filament, just fitted out with Garter heavy bombers. Paladin PD systems, ion beams, or LRPDs. A very conservative fit, I'd say. Variant names may also be interesting. Give lobsters? You're right. And lobsters. Right. This, I think, is going to be the more interesting part of this, though. Safety overrided Percales running 2 Basts and a Tachyon. No contest? Let me pull that up right now. So yeah, safety overrided Percales. This is where that DP is coming from. We've also got skirts with IR pulses and crinkle disruptors. And a single margin all the way back here with 2 SOs and an ion cannon. Don't let me down. Did that? Yes, yes, that counts, dear. Now, as for the fleet's descriptions. Let's see, these are... Let's see, Phasic Raiders is Light Forger, who I did not believe to give me submissions, but this one should be Fleet 985. This one, yes. In the name of Keck and Based, we shall bring light to this world, cleanse it of cringe for new order to come. And there is certainly some cringe over here that needs to be ordered. Crinkle Disruptor sounds like a laundry product. I believe that's the idea. Running into my fleet was the best thing that could have happened to those Lynxes? Yes, it was. Alright. The contest is up. The lobsters have been distributed. I believe we're ready. Let's go. And they're off. The phase effects on these Percales is really pretty, by the way. Oh, 1 strong battle line. Okay. That might help. The hail of railgun fire. Oh, I like it. That one is getting wrecked by Percale. Well, it's been forced to back off a little bit. If nothing else, due to the density of ballistas in the air now. Here come tier torpedoes. Ouch. Skirts down. A hail of rails, yes. Big swing of harpoons aimed at the Percales, doesn't connect though. A legionary is down. This is close so far. Oh, that Percale takes a bunch of punishment. It did some damage, but it took some damage in turn. More than I think it wanted to. In and out like true phase ships. The Percales are doing quite well for phase ships, yes. That's a dead legionary. That Basilius is not an... Oh! Basilius does a surprising amount of damage to the Percales because they assume it's harmless. The Basilius basically just soloed both Percales! Holy hell! It did!
Incredible work from small ship.
Hero Basilius kills both Percales! News at 10! I mean, there's an Ixon down, but... that might be one of the best things I've seen all day. I don't know if that's a bingo. I forgot what the bingos are, but it should count for something. Ah, another Ixon down. This filament is still a barrier to overcome, but the Percales are done. Aw, Hero Basilius gets taken out. Oh well.
Did his part.
Doom Guy pilot? Maybe. These dictators are going to be a bit tougher to take out with just bombers. If they can focus on the filament, they should be able to kill it. Doom Guy pilot? Alright. I mean, it deserves recognition for what it did, if nothing else. Imperium's down to their dictators and an Ixon. It might be enough, but they'd have to play really well. This is exactly the intended scenario. I mean, I'm not going to disagree. It was pretty awesome. Dictators have no PD? Yeah, that's not helping them. Unfortunately, it looks like Imperium will ultimately lose, but I don't care. That Basilius was beautiful. Both Percales just erased. I'm not even sure why. They just... I guess they assumed the Basilius couldn't possibly hurt them and stayed out of phase. Hero of the Imperium. Yeah, kinda. You are being paladined, do not resist. Well, that's a win for Sailor, but it is far from a shame. Kales can't phase while their system is active. They stayed out of phase for a while. For the interesting comp in Hero Basilius is honestly my favorite STS fleet so far. Yeah, SO Percales was interesting. Here we go. And more lobsters. feeling when nearly carried by a frigate? Just about. If the rest of the fleet had been a little better put together, that Basilius taking out those 2 Percales might have been it. I mean, a Basilius, right, is what? 5 DP versus these which were, with safety overrides, over 60.
Genera most did work, so yes.
Woo! That was lovely. I just really like watching that. How much PPT on those frigates? Probably not much. Do you asking about the sailor frigates or the Imperium frigates? Because we have 180 on the Imperium side, except for 4. Well, those that's a destroyer. On these, it's 360. They were hardened. Right then. Next up is Sad Squidward's I Spammed So Hard and Got So Far versus Archangel Mark's Sailor Tech Scout Lance. Let me pull if there are any relevant descriptions here really quickly. 11 and 25. Ah, yes. Squidward has graced me with a description. Unlimited long-range missiles, what could possibly go wrong? Gown plus 2 filaments. Yeah, I don't remember who said Sailor Tech Scout Lance is totally going to be that in the chat earlier, but you called it. Archangel will die. I will see. I don't think I have a description for Archangel here. Or if I do, I am blind. So, this fleet is even taller. That's even taller, yes. So, Squidward, we have a Caesar here, just fitted out with hypervelocities and heavy ballistas. A Praetorian with hypervelocities and ballistas. A Liberator with flamens and ballistas. And the targeting Fulman. And, yeah. Couple Princeps back here with flamens and ballistas. And Basilius is with, you guessed it, ballistas. So this is a ballista fleet, is what this is. Also, I should start the contest, shouldn't I? Here you go. On the other side, Sailor Tech Scout Lance is this big arse gown with hurricanes, a central dual flak cannon, ruffles, ions, and sabots. Also the emergency venting system, which I'm keen to see how it works on a capital. We've got basts and stitches on the side, and we've got quite a lot of garters. The filaments are carrying yet more garmers and threads and are themselves fitted out with stitches, sabots, ions, and basts. Also the emergency venting system. So I'm keen to see how this is going to play out. Bonus lobsters? I already gave the lobsters for this round. So, I believe everything's set. Let it begin. Wow, the bets are against Sailor. What's emergency venting system from? More hull mods. Which I think is a pretty sweet mod. I'll get such a big payout if STS wins. Why are you not betting for your own faction? Yep, that's tons of ballistas. Because I am immoral. Fair. Well, the pretty blue bombs are taking out a fair few of the missiles. Hashtag rigged. There you are, Howler. Good to see ya.
Oh, ballistas get cleared out.
The gown definitely needs some support from the filaments if it's going to keep surviving. Oh, I think emergency venting system saved a lot of its flux there, actually.
Yes, it's correct.
This is ballista spam against an STS fleet that skimped on PD. Unfortunately, that's probably true. They're dealing damage, just not enough of it. How often do ballistas reload? Fairly regularly. A ballista by itself is not much of a problem. Several hundred, on the other hand. Are you really... Please kill that Liberator at least. Kill something. I wouldn't say it's a loss for Sailor completely yet, but it certainly doesn't look good. Where did those shots go? Please don't nerf ballistas. I love them. I love them too. I love any kind of reloading missile. Don't nap with your alarm within arm's reach. Come on, man. You should know that. I know that, but I have horrible sleeping habits, so that's why I know. Well, they did get a Princeps down. At least it's not a shame. Bye, filament. Those are pylons, nothing would change. Well, the ballistas do get a little speed up, but I think pylons are more damaging, so probably you're right. Probably. I don't know. I'm not that smart. The Liberators are actually kind of helping Sailor because they're getting the gown out of the range of direct weaponry. I love how those Bass ion dischargers look. That's just so pretty. Bye, gown. Beaver, you got a big choice of reloading missiles. I know, and so they're so lovely too. Well, the Scout Lance was certainly impressive, but this was not a good matchup for them. That's painful. Last time I checked, they didn't really move caps around a lot. Might have to do with the fact the gown's modular? Not sure. Because sans its modules, it would probably weigh less than the filaments. Ooh, a Crochet more hit. That was unnecessary. They're not bothering to close on the gown. JRG, I already have my dear fiance making puns. You don't need to help. Border avoidance? I shouldn't think so. It's relatively in the middle. Oh yeah, you're probably right, DR. Are they just going to sit back and try and kill it with ballistas? That would be kind of sad. I want to help making puns. Please. Emergency venting system was pretty strong, but in this situation it only delayed things. Speed up? What's the speed up button? I've completely forgotten. It's one of these buttons. Huh?
Caps lock.
Caps lock?
I don't know.
You lied to me.
Remember.
This button, this button, this button, this button. No. Left shift. Ah. Yes, that is. There we go. The tide was coming in. Well, they killed a princeps. So there's that. Right. So, pretty obvious who the winner was there. The fleet had a total name. Arc Vacuum Shark, Arxus Villi, Arc Talasio. Brutus, my best bud. B-A-C-K-C Backstabbers. Backstabbers Y, okay. Thank you. And then I need to... More lobsters? Oh, all 100. You'd think I'd understand that. An error occurred while fetching the chatters list. Please try again later. Okay. I will try one more time. No bingos? I don't think so. There we go. Let's see what's next. Lightning Cuties Leave versus Ruben's Art of the Dress. Now then, do I have descriptions for you, Periyahoos? 3 and 47. I do. Ruben's description is as follows. Hour by hour, one more change. Anyone catch the fleet percentage for that? A single princeps died. Right. And Lightning's description is... I had it a minute ago. Where did it go? Fleet 3? Lightning's description just is egress, which is just a synonym for leave. So... yes, leave. So... the leave fleet consists of, I'd say, a fairly normal Dominus outfit. Ardeas with Vicarious Assault Fighters. I haven't seen them used yet. Ooh, and Javelins. I love seeing those hit. Pretty normal Dictator fit. Targeting Liberators fitted out with Harpoons and Needlers. So I assume these are meant to be a little more upfront. A Tacuron with a Solus and a Tellum. A Sebastos with many Needlers and Typhoons. And a Princeps with Ion Torpedoes and Flamens. Make the contest? Well, I like people to get an idea of what they're looking at first is all. Ruben's Art of the Dress is a gown with ruffled diffusion cannons, a lot of point defense, proximity charge launchers, and as you can see, Needlers and Tachyons and Locusts, so very much an anti-fighter gown, so to speak. More threads over here. The rest, we have some skirts fitted simply with IR pulse lasers and anti-armor ammunition. I will go ahead and start the thing now, because you'll have enough time to look at everything. And curls with hornets and LRPDs. So Ruben's relying mostly on this gown. It's extremely anti-spam by the looks of it, but what Lightning has gone for here isn't really spam, so it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. I think, personally. I don't think there's anything else I need to do. Probably means Imperium will win because all my bets have been wrong so far. It's okay, Prismatic. You'll be Lobster King one day. I love that little jump effect. So cute. That was a bad idea. For that poor frigate. The lobsters must flow. These skirts are very fast. They're certainly making a good distraction.
They distracted major part of the state. Dominus left alone.
One skirt's down already. One skirt's getting bullied. The Imperium fleet is completely distracted with him, though, leaving this poor Dominus to try and deal with the gown by itself. Which will not work out for the Dominus if it gets left like this. Those Vicarious fighters are doing a good job providing a cover, though. Oh, that's not a good position for the Ardea. That's a bad position for the Ardea. You need to move. You can't. Ardea's down. Meanwhile, the skirts have still not exactly been taken out. Why are you shooting at the Ardea's corpse? That seems cruel. Dominus is getting overtaken just by sheer amount of frigates. Princeps down. Yeah, Sailor might take it. Sailor's probably taking it. Targeting package Liberator is not ideal. Yeah, they needed something a little better able to handle all these fast frigates. And Liberators aren't a great choice for that. That poor Dominus, I know. Elite Liberator could have taken out frigates. I didn't get a single submission with an elite package. I'll just spoil that now. Nobody used it. Those percales, last time you'll see safety overrides. Ah, it's painful to watch. Nerfing DPFSO Elite ruined it. I mean, maybe I was too harsh. Certainly got it discouraged, which was the goal. Stacking DP penalties for too many holes win. Yeah, I might do something about that with the next one. We'll see. Oh, they did take out a skirt, though. Well, it wasn't entirely DR's idea, it was my idea, and DR just gave me the version of that idea that would work for what he was doing. In fairness. Boop. What's the win ratio for I versus Sailor so far? Probably JRG would know. He's been keeping track of the points. Pretty even? Well, that is ideal. Alright. Metal Slug and Alex. Metal Slug has will a few super vehicles do? Which, maybe they will. I believe the descriptions for these fleets are 2 and 37. I don't think I have a description for metal slugs. I do have a description, however, for Alex's garment acquisition auxiliary, which reads, delete my search history. So, finally a Yamato. This one coming with 2 Tachyon Lances and a bunch of light needlers. Salamanders, Reliance, and a Tellum, just to top it off. It is backed up by 2 Dominuses, which are heavy needlers and salamanders. We also have an Ardea, with a couple of heavy mortars, of all things. A Sagittarius, a Tellum, and some more needlers. And some Princeps, with salamanders and needlers, and an ion beam in fairness. So, very needler heavy. Sir, where's your PD? I think they're relying on killing before they need PD. Let's see if IBB allowance is regrettable. In testing, the Yamato, I don't think, breaks things in half. I'm behind by like a minute. Okay. Now, Alex's garment acquisition is bristling. Hypervelocities, Tachyon, a lightning gun, and a couple of ruffle diffusions, and another lightning gun. Locust as well. The wings on this side are more garters. The tresses also have more garters and some pylums, because of course they do. And then the rest we have curls with salamanders and some lasers. And then finally, some verges, running a ruffle diffusion, pulse lasers, harpoons, and string pulsers for defense. The contest has been opened. The lobsters may now be bet. Once no weapon that almost never gets used is that next time. Alright. Are we ready? I think we're ready. Now, what I'm interested in, right? We have 3 capitals over here and very little else. So those capitals have to do some serious work or Imperium's had it. Now mind you, they're good-looking capitals. I'm sure they're capable. They just need to not get flanked. Now, these verges I think are going to be the kicking point with that. Would this count as very tall? We had a very tall earlier for the purposes of bingo. All in, lads. Yep. Those needlers are deleting the shields, which is beautiful to see. But that Dominus is already taking some pretty hefty damage. That Dominus is dead. I love the DACA output coming out here, but it does not appear to be enough. Yeah, and those bombers are nasty. Yamato is misusing those Tachyon Lances a little bit. More than a little bit, really. Dominus is dead. So I think it's obvious what's happening here. I need to shorten the time limit on the bets. I don't expect it to go this fast, but IPDI is making the needlers useless. Yeah, maybe not the best interaction. I'll kill the curl. There's something, I guess. Bye, Yamato. That leaves a Princeps and an Ardea, so, I'm sure they'll carry it the rest of the way. I think Tachyons on the Yamato is also a mistake because of the Yamato system. It jumping around means it's not going to be able to focus the lasers. I say that because I played with the Yamato a lot in campaign, and that happened every time I gave it a lance weapon. Some sort of heavy cannon would have been ideal. Like Gauss's. Maybe not Gauss's, but something like that. That was a lot of health gone in a flash. A literal flash. Bye. Give it plasma cannons? Those would have worked. Not a shame. 2 curls were taken out, but that is the end of it. Right. The bets were closer than I thought they'd be, but it is Sailor for the win. At points, all 100. Took longer than 2 minutes though, didn't it? Just about. Alright, next up. Alex and Lightning this time. So Alex has the Militaristic Imperial Liberation Fleet, or MILF. I didn't miss that, Alex. And Lightning has fun with horticulture. Now then, I believe Alex has given me a description, and it says, not as bad as the, and pay attention, Federal Unemployment Tax Act. Do I need to explain that one, or do people have it? Because you should. Now then, the description for Lightning's fleet here is, please put on the correct clothing provided in the manual to start your lessons. Which is appropriate when you're dealing with a MILF. Now then, MILF is using a Caesar armed with heavy needlers, Solus cannons, heavy autocannons, and a Locust targeting package, Natch. A Dominist with a heavy machine gun, heavy autocannon, Soluses, pylons, and an interesting little array right here, as you can see. I will go ahead and turn on the thing since you're already, I was already trying to bet. We have ion pulsers, pulse lasers, and harpoons on the Interexes. The Princeps are carrying Inferno bombers, which I haven't haven't seen so far. And ballistas. And finally we have a Lynx back here. No package on it, but pulsars and typhoons. And in the other corner, Fun with Horticulture has this corset with typhoons, Touzles, and a high-intensity laser. A Sky with Tears, Touzles, and a Seam Storm Pulsar, which I haven't seen yet, and I really want to see it. Strands running stockings and cords, respectively, and with typhoons. A single skirt with an ion cannon and a lacet. Another Sky, as before. A Frill with a lace pulse and a heavy ion blaster. A tier here, a typhoon there. And a Brim with ion torpedoes, a heavy blaster, and an ion cannon. So a very sort of spread out fleet with Sailor here. And meanwhile, Alex is, well, we'll see. Alright, the lobsters have been added, the contest is on. I think we're good. What I'm really interested in is these Skies here and that Seam Storm Pulsar. Only when you use ion torpedoes? I think one other person used them on a single ship. I could be wrong. That might have been you. The Lynx is going aggro, look at that. Oh, it's just pushing the Brim away. Lynx is just playing keep away. Oh, are those what the Inferno Bombers are? Those are cool, man. I like that. I like that a lot. Well, between the Lynx and Caesar, they're certainly being pushed around. Caesar's doing plenty of flux damage to the corset. Targeting laboratory system enhanced repulsion had 2 bugs. I'm sorry. I take full responsibility. Good showing for Imperium so far. Close fight, though. Here goes my lobsters. Nothing really decisive happening on either side yet, but Sailor is being held off. And that ship's dead. That brim is gone. This guy is trying to hunt down the Lynx, but the Lynx has plenty of flux left to use. It double, triple dipped. Ouch. It looks like Imperium might take this just with superior firepower and range. Having said that, it's not too late. There goes an Interex. The skies are still pretty dangerous cruisers. Can't cut them out too early. And indeed, it looks like there's a convergence on this Dominus. Sky's being unusually brave, but unfortunately it gets the worst of the exchange, despite nearly fluxing the Dominus out. If it had had some help, that might have been some serious damage on the Dominus, but unfortunately, it didn't have help. Very close indeed. The Lynx is trying to disable this guy. Oh, takes some damage for its trouble, though. Strand down. Lynx got a reprint? Yeah, you're right. Nice hit. That torpedo somehow sneaked through all the needler fire, and it didn't matter. Skies are player bait, Verges are better in AI hands. I just really like the Sky, okay? Yeah, I think Imperium took this with heavier weaponry and superior range, ultimately. That Lynx did a lot of work distracting a majority of the of STS's fleet, though. And just kind of screwing with it in terms of positioning. This corset's holding up alright against the Caesar, but ultimately losing. Unfortunately. Heavy autocannons on a Caesar certainly looks interesting. Oh, distracted by the incoming frill. Kind of bad AI ships compared to Verges? I guess so. Dominus is trying to take out that strand. It will eventually succeed, although this guy is going to try and make that difficult. The Lynx is just playing with a skirt up here. Ooh, fighters might kill the strand actually at this point. Oh. Yep. Everything the Dominus had to worry about is now dead. In this course, it won't be much long. And a crochet more shots. Well, that's that done. Will be much. I love it when the game cuts me off. Lynx is playing with a skirt, you say? JRG, please. I love you, but... Oh, there are 2 skirt... The Lynx is playing with... Never mind. Lynx ripped 1 skirt open. It only has 1 to go now. I knew somebody was going to point that out. Of course it was JRG. Looks like these 2 are going down. That one to fighters, probably. Furries be gone. Is the one up here still alive? It is! It might kill the Lynx. As the Lynx appears to be struggling somewhat with... Yeah, it's just about out of CR. You can't skirt the issue? Thank you, DR. I love you too. Do 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 do. Time you could do a duel of the tallest. My eye fleet versus the Gown Scouts fleet. Yeah, I could arrange that. If we've got some extra time. Lisa, Guided by Satan, Huey, Dewey, Louie, Mamako, Delia, Irina, I ran out of names again, and The Spy. Meanwhile, just some very cool names over here. Virtue to Virtue, Light in the Dark, Black Sun, Iron Fist, Sekas, Black Agata, Argea. Very nice. Okay. But that is ultimately, unfortunately, a win for MILF. Okay. Please give me 10 minutes to use the bathroom, and then I'll be right back with you. A faction based on pants? I think that's basically what Sailor is. Vaguely. Right. Let me get this set back up. I've only heard dresses and skirts. Those are not pants, I would note. Yes, I know, dear. The difference is that these don't have pockets. Alright. Now, Deskup did ask me to have him last, and it looks like he is here, finally. Good. Here is Ruben with And All the Men and Women Merely Players, and say his name correctly. Deskup's Bees! So, let's see if either of these yahoos gave me a description, shall we? I believe these would be fleets 32 and 24, yes. So, Ruben's description is, remember kids, anything worth doing is worth doing poorly. Also, if this fleet loses, I'm uninstalling Starsector. You heard it here first. If this loses, we lose Ruben. Ruben will be gone forever. It's very sad. Meanwhile, Desktop's description is, if this fleet wins, we get stricter anti-spam limits. If this fleet loses, I get to see spam fleet lose. Win-win for me. So, I guess, ideally, neither of them win, and somehow they both die. Now, what Ruben has constructed for us here is a pair of Caesars, dual flex, onagers, telems, particle accelerator, torpedo spec, ITU, targeting, inhibitor, a very specified setup. He's also running Liberators with the armor package, which I don't think we've seen yet. Hornets and Vicarious Assault Fighters, which I'm a bit fond of. The Basiliuses are coming in with Hornets and Sabos. There's quite a few of them. Meanwhile, Deskup has given us today, and I will go ahead and open the bets now. Deskup has given us this single Percale with heavy blasters and crinkles and a ruffle diffusion cannon. And many frigates. Skirts with Lacettes, margins with antimatter blasters, crinkles, hems with ion pulsars, curls with crinkles and sabos, and yeah, everything I just described, copy and paste a few times. Now I looked at this and it appears to be the leaks, and I think it's song lyrics? What angel wakes me dancing on the wind up and round the bend, fa la la la, from a flowery bed to the tumble down again, fa la la la, yet with each descent due to our heart's content. Fly away, my friend, for it will begin again. I think they're slightly out of order. Either that or the song makes no sense. Fa la 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 la. Till down turn the skies, wonted quiet for long did we lie, wondering we'll be dancing up the wind and round and And if you go all the way down to the end, too much song is left, fa la 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 la. That's the only important thing that needs to be known here. Painted by the numbers, high heels on cobblestone, ruining everything, knuckles bloody, stolen lullabies, masquerade revelers, the moon and Saturn, lost in the memory, shoot to kill, dies and cold was the steel, crashing out, fuck you forever, clowns to the west, worst intentions, and kingdom come undone. So, lobsters are up, everything's good, let's do this thing. Haha. That is a lot of ships. Deck the halls with thousands of missiles. Fa la 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 la. Thank you, sweetheart. Those names feel like Ruben just didn't put in names. Possibly. The only question here is how quickly they can kill all these frigates before they get surrounded and eaten. Oh, Skirt's already dead. That's positive. I love the shotgun Liberators. They're just kind of cool. Oh, margin down. Another margin down. They're killing these a bit more quickly than I... Margin... Curl down. They might do it. Which means we get to keep Ruben. Those Onager missiles are nice. Neato. Reminds me of the Lupus missiles from XLU. I wonder if it's offensive to be compared to XLU. Betting after seeing the fleet start to win. I know, I need to... We will become more professional with each successive tournament, don't worry. Tearing through the hems like a Randy mutt. Yeah, whatever Ruben did here, it was very well fitted to dealing with a frigate swarm. It's called being fiscally responsible. We will learn how to wear suits and speak like the British. Yes. Yeah, that's very much an Imperium victory, I believe. I'm amazed, because previous Imperium fleets have had a lot of trouble dealing with skirts, at least. Hornets, that's the secret. I don't know, the Onagers also seem to be doing pretty good. Not to mention the armor Liberators. I love those shotguns. I have no trouble dealing with skirts. Yes, you do. You refuse to wear any. Is this a shame? It might be. And a phase shift did nothing. Yep. Several explosions in a row. This might be a shame. What's left? A something over here. If you kill that Basilius, it's not a shame. Ah, too late. Oh, never mind. Kill the Basilius. Ah, too late. Is there anything left? Nope! Wear a skirt, Starsector dominance, and buy me a skirt. If you throw in enough tip money for me to buy a skirt, I will buy a skirt. Anyway, we get to keep Ruben. Congratulations all around. Not sure what you can put on the amusement scale there, because that was basically, here, have a bunch of frigates, and then the frigates got eaten. Become femboy? Yes. It was pretty, though. I'll give it that. Add points, all 100. We may go after... No bingos so far, I don't think, dear. Just keep an eye out. We can always go over it later. Alright. And now we have the second desk up. I know you're new, dear. It's okay. Now, desk up, I'm afraid that I have to complain at you just a little bit. Because you called this generic tall II fleet £, those numbers. Turns out AI Battles doesn't like the £, and it was throwing an error, and I thought your fleet was called Error. Anyway, desk up versus Sad Squidward's shield a sturdy, beam set, guns ready. Now, I believe I have descriptions. My beliefs may be unfounded, but I believe I do. You can guess what Squidward's description is. It's literally just mom spaghetti, so... Anyway. And then desk up's description is... That's Latin. Hoc erat vicit classemque is what we'll call it. Now then, I'll go ahead and open the betting. Generic Tall II fleet has Vicariuses and Draconarius fighters here on this big ol' matriarch, which is otherwise fitted with ballistas and hypervelocities and sledge guns, as well as these ER particle cannons, which look quite nice. The Caesars are fitted with Heavy Needlers, Sagittariuses, Solaces, Locusts, and the targeting package. The Basiliuses are running ballistas, and that's all we need to know. So yes, pretty generic. Meanwhile, Squidward's Scalar has skirts fitted with antimatter blasters, tresses fitted with cord fighters and harpoons, and 2 kimonos fitted with a plasma cannon and not nearly enough filled mounts, but the ones that are burst PD lasers. And 1 more tress. These are pretty. I like these. I need to update Sailor Tech. Is there nothing that is pants? Kimonos are close to pants. Right. I believe the lobsters are set. Let's go. I've been waiting for you, Star Fox. Kimonos are charging in just about. They do not have leg sleeves. You don't need leg sleeves. The Basiliuses need to back up. They're ballista Basiliuses. The capitals need to handle this. What needs to happen rather quickly, either the kimonos have to die quickly or the skirts escorting them do, if we're going to see a victory here for Imperium. The Caesar dueling a kimono is kind of going in the kimono's favor. Or was. Quickly, yes. The Caesars are being a bit heavily pressured, though. The kimonos might be able to keep them down. If the Matriarch's able to get some of its longer range weaponry to bear to help out, that would help. That would do. Sailor tech frigates being too passive? Yeah, they kinda are. I mean, there is a Basilius back here distracting this one for some reason, but overall, you're right. This Caesar's doing a lot of work to not overload, man. This kimono is being surrounded, though. Not ideal for it. Yeah, the built-in torpedoes on those things are pretty awesome. This kimono, however, is being pushed a little too hard, and is taking some pretty significant damage. Fortunately, the skirts are probably going to make up for that difference. Or unfortunately, depending on who you bet it for. They're finding it hard to get significant damage in on the Caesars. Ooh, heavy damage to that kimono. It's not able to give as good as it's taking so far. Over here, this kimono's winning. That Caesar is probably going to die. Oh, this Caesar got overloaded. Sailor might have this. That's too many harpoons. That was too many harpoons. I realized at the last minute, those were not the ballistas. Those were harpoons. That came from all the tresses. Matriarchs being lazy, I would agree. The bet timing's automated? It is. I'm trying to keep it low enough that it can't be gamed, but that's okay. We'll get better at this. Matriarchs are fat, thus most of the time lazy. Imperium had a genuine shot at this, but they weren't able to do enough damage quickly enough to take out the kimonos. And I gave those things a DP penalty, man. Don't start the battle until the bets end? Yeah, something like that. Ooh. Triple kill. That's a bingo. Just these poor Basiliuses left. Basilii? Basilii. Well, come on. There we go. Is Sai confirmed for the next series? There will be some votes to decide what the next series will be. I know what I want to do, and I haven't decided if I'm just going to force you all to do what I want to do. But, we'll see. Whew. Unfortunately, a shame. Kingdom of Terra would be nice. Okay. Getting the entertainment votes. And then we will run off the top scoring fleets against each other, which means I need JRG to tell me what those were. As soon as we collect the points for this one. Catching up to JRG. Well, just to make sure. Multi-kill was the only bingo there? Yes. You could probably argue a good use of resources has been bingoed by now as well. We've had a couple capitals that didn't really do anything. But yeah, double KO and multi-kill have both been bingoed. Anyway, right now, I'm just waiting to see what JRG is going to give me. And I can probably help out with that, actually. So what do we have? Oh, thank you for expanding the scores properly, JRG. I apparently could not be arsed to do that. Oh wow, and you did a proper formula and everything. Good on you, man. Ruben and Starsector have the highest overall scores, to the surprise of nobody. Yes, I need to know which individual fleets, however, have taken it. Good use of resources, yes. So let's see. The highest in Technus scores on an Imperium's side belong to Ruben, Archangel, and Alex. Not surprising. And the highest in Technus scores on the Salar side belong to almost the same people, but Squidward instead of Ruben. Highest entertainment score on the Imperium side actually belongs to Alien Space Kappa. Highest on the Salar side looks like Lightforger, with his phase safety overrided per Kales. Doesn't surprise me much, that. Ah, beautiful work, JRG. Absolutely beautiful. Is that a personal attack or something? No, no. Okay. So it looks like the three highest Imperium fleets are Squidward, Archangel, and Starasp, actually, in terms of score. Oh wait, no, I missed an 18 up here. So delete Archangel, replace with Alex. If I'm reading this correctly, which I'm probably not. Oh, there's another 19 I missed. Never mind. I'm just going to sit patiently. For the red numbers, I didn't see the intactness score. Don't know how to go back and look. Ah. So we didn't get the intactness on Spam Sword and got so far, and intactness on Art of the Dress. I seem to recall that a single Princeps died, which is worth 14 DP, so that's all for that. As for art of the dress versus leave, I believe 2 skirts were taken out. I could be wrong about that. Or were they the losers? Because it was art of the dress versus leave. Just 1 skirt? I think you're right. Yeah, no, I think it was just the 1 skirt. So those 9s are actually probably appropriate. Well, maybe an 8. 14 DP is roughly, yeah. .3 and 9.5. Okay. So the best Imperium fleets. One of them is going to be this 19 here, which means it's this number. Okay. The next highest up is going to be this 18, which of course it'd be that one. And then there's a 19 and then an 18, and then what's the next highest one we've got here? Should be this. Yes. And then the sailor fleets they'll be facing off against. The highest sailor fleet appears to be you. Which I guess I shouldn't find surprising. The next highest sailor fleet is that was almost a tie. But it's going to be that one, art of the dress. And the very next highest sailor fleet is, I believe, this one. Do I have that right? I probably have that right. Okay. And with that, where's the test fleets? Where have they gone? All right, I need to save this. And I've broken something good. Error mission, loading mission preview. What did I break? $32, 111, 1347, 117. Pardon me. I thought this would go much smoother than it is in fact going, unfortunately. Maybe just taking offense to the fact that I deleted a bunch of fleets that were there. Alright, I'm going to close Starsector, and then turn it back on again, is what we're going to do. I'll just... Voice is not that smooth. Relax. Alright, yeah, should be fine. One more thing I need to fix here real fast. Nah, it should be fine. Keep holding left click. Yeah, I think it's because I removed matches, which I shouldn't have done. I should have just added the ones that needed to be added. Knowing over the future, yes. One day, I will know what I'm doing. One day. That day is not today. Very well, Naka. How long has Tilt been dead? How long has Tilt been dead? Quite some time, apparently. Yeah, it's working now. Okay. So. This is just for the top 3 fleets of both sides to earn some extra points for us to have an ultimate victor. So. The betting is once again open. First, we've got Ruben's Shakespearean Imperium Fleet versus Sad Squidward's pile of frigates and the kimonos. Ready, set, go. The kimonos performed very well last time. This is a very different fleet they're up against, though. Clash of the Titans. That's what these last 3 matches are, yes. I love the shotgun Liberators. They're just so pretty. Not much shield damage on the kimonos, though. Lots of zappy effects going on. All in on the shotguns. Ooh, lucky Crochet more hit there. The sheer missile pressure is certainly keeping away the things that aren't the kimonos. That was a Liberator shot to the flank. That's not something you want to have repeated too many times. And this kimono can't handle the amount of direct fire weaponry from the Caesar. There goes a skirt. And this kimono being forcefully backed off. This one's coming in while its friend dies to try and brawl with the Caesar. Unfortunately, it didn't quite have what it needed to do that and took a crochet more to the arse. It looks like the Caesars are able to take the kimonos in a straight fight, and the problem is, the kimonos are being isolated. You almost shot your friend, I saw that. Almost did, almost did. They need pockets. Having said that, the Caesar isn't doing amazingly well. The kimono's ability to delete some of its hard flux is helping them out quite a bit. Ultimately, though, the kimono is taking more damage than it can really afford to take. One kimono down? You're right, I didn't even see that. So Imperium probably takes this one. I'm sure the kimonos would win if they have pockets. I'm sure they would, dear. Shotgun power. Yeah, this Sailor fleet had an easy time of it last time, but this Imperium fleet is apparently much more well suited to them. Kimonos are just people pockets. By the time betting closes, I will strictify the limits. Especially since I'm not looking over the loadouts. Two trusses dead simultaneously. And there you go. Okay. No need for amusement scores on this one, that's already been established. It's just intactness for extra points to decide who the real winner is. And next is Alex's MILF versus Ruben's Art of the Dress. Oh yes, and winner for the Imperium. Was that a shame? It was. Let me knock the duration of the betting down to like a minute. The betting's only gonna last a minute, okay? You all ready for that? Because here it goes. MILF versus Art of the Dress. Now this is basically a bunch of frigates escorting a gown against, let's be fair, a fairly balanced fleet with a Lynx that did a lot of good distraction work last time. What it's going to come down to is whether the Caesar and the Dominus are able to really fight with the gown and how much of a distraction the skirts serve. Nobody is betting on the Imperium, wow. Hearing Laharl say MILF gives me life. Oh, there are a few Imperium bets. There they are. You want money on Imperium? Take my money. The Imperium fleet is managing to stay together. They're a little more distracted than the Sailor's skirts than they probably need to be. Gown will arrive one day. Yeah, the gown's fairly slow. But this is a Tachyon Lance Needler gown, so it's certainly going to destroy the shields of whatever comes close to it. If the Caesar can get up here and help the Dominus, they might be able to concentrate enough firepower to do some damage. Or the Dominus could die. That could also happen. Yep, Dominus is out. I don't think... They haven't killed enough of the skirts to be able to concentrate on the gown. So Sailor probably has this one. Yeah, the Tac Lance and Locust loadout was a popular one. But the poor MILF is just getting taken apart. Just a matter of time, really. The question is, will it be a shame? They can take points away from the Art of the Dress here. But it doesn't look like they will. Yeah, normally those two go together, dear. The Caesar's holding out longer than I thought, but I think it's mostly because the gown just isn't engaging. Ow. Lesbian MILF? Yeah, you could technically be correct there, Lightning. That could be what's going on here. If we're really gonna keep making jokes like that. Can't engage because the skirts are in the way? It could get closer. Not that it needs to. Poor Caesar. We need a carpet class and a drape class. Please behave, DR. Fear of commitment. Skirt real MVP? Yeah. As Heller puts it. The poor Lynx didn't get to do very much either. Oh, there's another double kill if that hadn't already been taken. I think that's a shame. Unfortunately. Sorry, Alex. Yep, that's a shame. All right. One more time. It's sad, Squidwards. I spammed so hard and got so far versus Metal Slugs. Your anti-spam rules are crap. So at least it's a fitting end. Bets are up. Get him in while you can. Now let's go. Hot sweaty spam on spam action. Yeah, it's very much Sailor fighter spam versus Imperium ballista spam. Hard to tell how that's gonna go. I'm hearing thousands of little overload noises from threads impacting ballistas. All my lobsters on Imperium. In fairness, we've got a pretty good Caesar here. The Liberators are also quite nice. Sailor lacks direct weaponry, so all they have to do is get in Sailor's face, fight off the fighters. That's a lot of little glowy things. They seem to be handling Sailor's fighters and bombers just fine. But they do have to actually get in there and shoot them, is the thing. Oh, that filament was overloaded for a minute. Chug? Okay. Ow, that was a nice Crochamore hit. Alright, more chug. I've only got so much water left. Ah! Sailor is being forcibly backed off. They can't get any sort of critical fighter mass going. And frankly, because they're using such cheap fighters, they're gonna run out of replacement here pretty fast. My filaments are serious combat ships. Are they? They're having trouble. Yeah, Imperium might win this. Oh, the bets are perfectly even. Wow. That Tress is in the line of fire. That's not good. What's happening over here? Oh. Okay, a single one of the Imperium ships decided to wander off by itself. It's probably dead. First blood over there, most likely. Distracting all those STS ships, what a hero. I mean, he's still alive. Gotta give him that. Thread Swarmers, the threads can't deal much in the way of actual damage. So yeah, he's still there. The pylons might kill him, but his point defense weapons are perfectly capable of handling those. You would not believe your eyes. 10 million fighter guys blew up my ship as I tried to scream. Thank you, dear. Wonderful contribution. Crochamore hit right to the nose of that filament. Serious heroics from smaller II ships, yeah. This guy's still alive, just in case anyone was wondering. This filament is all the way back here now. And the Liberators are forcing the Tresses to go away, which isn't actually their best interests, but how close are they to the map edge? Pretty close. Imperium's pushed them all the way to where they started. Pretty soon there's going to be nowhere to retreat. Gonna go sleep? Okay, get some good sleep, Till. Apologies for all the scuff involved. The Caesar is still soft flux only. No hard flux has been built on this thing. And the Liberators are doing fine. Nothing has died yet, by the way, on either side. Oh, there's a Tress all the way over here. I think this is the evenest fight we've seen. Nobody has died yet. Sailor has been pushed all the way over here. I would have felt like a failure if Thread Spam had won. For not preventing it better. 300 seconds and no death. I know, there have been a few overloads. Like this one here. No death. I think this is the longest we've gone without a death. Map Edge gonna be MVP? Yep. Just very even fighting here. Oh, that was a hit. 2 standoff fleets standing off. Yeah, but at least it's not a boring standoff. It's not Beholders. Well, the way Beholders were. DR fixed it. Finally a death. Tress down. No one had died yet. Ignores the hundreds of fire pilots. You have a point. Overtime's gonna be interesting. Yep. And Liberators down. There's been a first blood on both sides. 6.5 minutes in. Map Edge is forcing this filament forward, though, which it does not want to do. So this match has crossed the threshold. Please stop. Don't, but why do you do this to me? The Princeps are losing combat readiness. Targeting Liberators to force the other fleet to Map Edge. How long until things go nuts? Not long, I don't think. That filament's dead if anything else hits it. Unfortunately, nothing else is targeting it. They overloaded it and let it go. Yeah, now they're just bundled up in a ball. Timeout. You're not exactly wrong, dear. There's two very different fleet philosophies going on here. But it is similar. A strand is down, however. Salar, I think, ultimately will lose this. But, boy, if it wasn't a drag-out fight. Oh, Basilius is down. Well, that might have something to do with where the Basilius is positioned. Another one down, filament down. An honorable battle! Yes. Map edge, yep. So many Liberator hits. Very pretty. A trust somewhere has been slain. Some very bright lights there for some reason. Well, they can kind of hide behind the corpse of the filament. Temporarily. What's left? What's happening? There's a tress over there. And a tress all the way over here. That one's probably going to die because it looks like there's quite a lot of fight. Yep, there we go. So, would you like to explain how you got to where you are, sir? Trespassing? The Praetorian took damage from something just now. Where are all those ballistas headed? Oh, there's another tress. Ruben's STS fleet is the ultimate winner? Okay. Ruben 2 OP, please nerf. Well, he wasn't allowed to win his own tournament, so he had to win this one instead. There goes that tress. And let me just, there we go. So many all-in bets back to back. All right. Now we're not done. Don't go away. Hold on for just a second. Which fleet, what did you say it was that won, Ruben? Ruben's STS? Which one's that? Ruben, Art of the Dress. Art of the Dress? Art of the Dress. Fleet number 47. If you'll pardon me for just a moment, dear watchers. Oh yes, Imperium 1. Set it up like this. All right, now, as I believe I've demonstrated, this is a blood arena. Ordinarily, a victor might go home and enjoy his glory, but here, Victor gets sacrificed. That's no moon. What the hell is that? That is the Interstellar Imperium second level station with Stalar tech guns. And that's not all! Excellent work, Alex. You are a worthy sacrifice. No, wait, sorry, Ruben. Ruben's what I meant to say. Alex came close. JRG and I were very specific about our testing. It is possible to win this. It's just not likely. Oh yes, and the Gown and the Hanakaze have Imperium weapons, since the station has Salar weapons. Ooh, station's taking damage. Station's taking a lot of damage. A lot of damage. Christ, that's an entire side of it done. Might win this after all. You sure you tested this enough? JRG and I were very specific. We did narrow it down to the best fleet going up against it. Give the Gown's beam cannons, that is mentally terrifying. In testing, this killed most of the fleets. We didn't test it against the actual submissions, mind you, but... Ruben fleet too powerful? Might be. Oh, I'm sorry, you want to look at the Gown? The Gown has beam cannons. I love doing this. Well, it's kind of Gown versus Gown now. With a bit of station in the way. Unfortunately, the skirts are helping. Gown, IBB, HVB with light spears. If that's the result of this tournament, I can be proud of that. Or he'll just, or you can make some sort of Imperium capital that's modular in the same fashion as the Gown. Crochet more on turrets. Oh, the Hanakaze got destroyed. I think Ruben has it. I didn't expect that. Those few of you who bet that the sacrifice would win are gonna get a fairly hefty lobster payout. Oh. It turns out that you were a truly worthy sacrifice. Congratulations, Ruben. Okay. So, following this tournament, I'm going to begin voting on what the next tournament's going to be. It's going to be a week of breathing room while we plan and design what the next one's going to be, and then we'll spin it up again. I will try to make sure I actually have a co-host next time. Credit to Tilt. He'd never done this before, and I think it is kind of awkward, especially with how scuffed the volume was, but I very much appreciate Tilt's volunteering. Volunteering? There's a better word for that. Again, allow me to offer an immense amount of gratitude to JRG for all the work he put into this, and also to Miss Laharl for her help with the bingo. My lobsters! So yeah, I will begin figuring out. I'll be talking in tournament chat about what the next tournament's going to be, and we'll get that set up. But for now, congratulations to Ruben for his fleet Art of the Dress. You really knew what you were doing. Oh, and to those of you who just want to take a look at the boss, this is DR's lovely second level Imperium battle station. Fitted out quite heavily. Not heavily enough, as it turns out, but pretty impressive overall, I'd say. The Hanakaze was fit out with javelins, telums, and a heavy pulsar cannon with custoses on the side. With the elite package. And the gown. The gown was given the elite package, on top of having the photon beam cannon station spec. We overtuned the gown a little bit. Turns out it wasn't enough. Oh, and wow, both II and STS won 7 matches. Show the elite package, here you go. And with that, however, the stream must now end. I'm glad, however, that we had roughly even matches between the two factions. That will at least limit the amount of salt. Congratulations to our top entrants and to Ruben for the ultimate victory. And yes, over OP slightly, but that's okay. Thank you all very much for coming and watching. I love you all. See you next time for the next tournament. Bye.